Welcome back. Glad that you are here. We are building a movie app with the best coding practices and tools. In the previous video, we worked on authentication, and at the end of that video, I asked what you want to see in the next video. So, as per the comments, in this video, we will add a loader while making API calls and also add a splash screen on the app launch. The loader will be shown for full screen and will be hidden when there is either a success or failure for the API call. By this loader, we only want to notify the user that something is being fetched and we want the user to wait. Before I move forward, let me make a small appeal. Due to a lot of office work, I am finding very little time from some months to write articles and complete this series. Many items are getting added into the series from your comments, and I have seen a great response from you all. So be patient and please share this series with your friends or anyone new to Flutter. If I get more viewers for this series, it is better for both you and the channel. This whole channel is available for you for free, and the only income that I get from this is from advertisements. So please share it as much as you can. Let's move on to the first topic. Creating Flare file. For creating beautiful and complex animations, we can take the help of Rive. So open https://flare.rive.app or simple Rive, which is rive.app. Both can enable you to create an animation. If you are not a designer but need a complex and nice animation, you can fork any of the existing Flare animations. I have used Flare Rive, the older version, to fork one existing animation and changed it as per the app theme. After editing the animation, you can save the file in your account and download the Flare file. You will download this Flare file in your assets folder. Now let's come to the creating of loading screen. Now we will use this animation and load it when the app starts. For this, we will create a new journey called loading. This will have a screen, loading screen. For testing this screen, we will open this screen instead of login screen by replacing the initial route value. Create a stateless widget, loading circle, in the loading journey. Here, we are fixing the size of the animation. Now we will use Flare Actor to load the animation. One animation file can have many animations defined. So here, we want to load the animation named load. Now create a screen in the same journey that will contain this widget in the center. In the center widget, use the loading circle with some size. Change the route for the initial screen to be loading screen and run the application. You will see that the white screen with animation is shown. Now let's add some transparent background to it so that we can cover the screen with the same theme color and don't show the user with two light and dark colors in a split second time. After doing this, let's move to the block. We need a block to which we will handle the visibility of the loading circle. To explain this in more detail, consider this flow of events. When we make an API call, we want to show loader, and once the API call is complete, we want to hide the loader. So for this, we will create a new block called loading block. In the event file, you will add two events, start loading and finish loading. And in the state class, you will add the two state class two state classes correspondingly. Loading started and loading finished. Now let's bind event and states in the block. This is the easiest block that you will ever write. You will feel why this much boilerplate or just simple stuff. But we have no other option because we cannot use set state and we haven't migrated to Qubit yet. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please help the channel by subscribing it. You can also share these videos with your friends, teammates, and anyone who is learning Flutter. Hit the like button if you are liking them. Now, after the block, where is this loader in the tree hierarchy should be put? The loader will be loaded on top of the main screens, so we will use a stack widget where each screen will be the first widget and loading screen will be the second widget. Now let's handle the block and add the stack in the loading screen first. Declare a widget screen that will be the first element of the stack. Now use stack to put the screen behind the loader. Wrap the stack in block builder and show the loader only when the state is loading started. For loading finished, we will only have one child, that is the screen itself. Now when you run the application, there is an error because we have used block builder but have not provided the block above the tree. So let's work on the material app to use this loading screen as a parent widget in our app and provide the loading block at the very start of the application. Now let's add this block in the getIt and start using it. Open Movie app and add a new block. The steps are simple and repetitive as in the previous videos. Declare the block, get the instance of loading block in the initState method, dispose the loading block in the dispose method, provide the loading block as other blocks, and instead of returning child, we will now wrap this with the loading screen. After the hot reload, you will see an error that the first index of stack is null. It is because in the routes, we haven't reverted the temporary changes we made. So change the initial screen back to login screen, and now if you reload, the errors are gone. Let's start adding loaders for screens. We will not see the loader until we dispatch the start loading event wherever required. So let's first do that. Add the loader to the home screen, movie detail screen, and the search screen. So open getIt.dart and add the loading block dependency for the three blocks that are used in these three screens. First, we will use it in the movie detail block. We will also put it in the movie carousel block, and then we will put it in the search movie block. Now, start yielding the start loading and finish loading states before and after the API calls in these blocks. For example, when you consider movie carousel block, before making the API call, you will call loading block.add start loading. And then after the API call, you will load finish loading state on the loading block. After adding these statements in all the three blocks, when you run the application, you will see the loader for a very small duration. You can add a delay in the client.get method to see the animation for a larger time. After adding a delay of 10 seconds, we can see the loader completely running from start to the end. For adding it in the login screen, you will do the same thing. So go ahead and do it yourself. I will show you in a split time. Now let's add loader in subsections of our screen. When we want to show loader in small sections of the app, when the tabs are switched, we will have to use loading circle directly instead of using the complete loading screen. So first add another intermediate state of for movie tabbed block called movie tab loading. When the event is movie tab changed event, in the movie tabbed block, you will yield the movie tab loading state. In movie tabbed widget, you will then handle the movie tab loading state and load the loading circle. You will use expanded widget, center widget, and finally the loading circle widget with the size 100 when the state is movie tab loading. Now let's come to the last part of this small list video, splash screen. Our splash screen is very simple and clean. We just want to show the logo at the center of our screen. I have already created the images for different sizes and now we will use them in iOS and Android projects. So let's first add to the iOS folder. You should have 1x, 2x and 3x image sizes. So open the iOS folder in Xcode. In the runner folder in Xcode, open the assets folder. You will copy the logos in 1x, 2x and 3x versions. Then you will change the background color of the screen to the app color. You should verify that logo is well fitted in each form factor by selecting different iPhone simulators from the bottom list. Now run the app and you will see the splash screen working perfectly fine in the iPhone simulator. Now let's copy the same images in the Android project as well. Here you will find various folders for different form factors like mipmap-HDPI, mipmap-XHDPI and so on. After copying these files into respective folders, you will need to use this logo.png in res drawable launch_background.xml file. Interestingly, in Android we can use gradient. So let's try that. So we'll add a gradient as well here. First layer acts as a background, So you will give a gradient with angle 270, and there will be one start color and end color which exactly matches with our secondary and tertiary colors. The second layer is for the logo. You can see mipmap/logo, which will refer to the logo image in the mipmap folder. Now run the app and see the splash screen. So we clearly can see a gradient in Android and a simple background color in iPhone. Although, tell me, which one do you like most, the iPhone one or the Android one? My preference is I like the iPhone one. Gradient looks little cheaper, although we could have used primary color. So let me know in the comment section. I will see you at the next video. Let's do block to qubit next. What do you say? Let me know in the comment section again, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.